O Lord, you have searched me and know me. You know when I sit down and when I rise up. You discern my thoughts from far away. You search out my path and my lying down, and are acquainted with all my ways. Even before a word is on my tongue, O Lord, you know it completely. You hem me in, behind and before, and lay your hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me. It is so high that I cannot attain it. Psalm 139, verses 1 through 6. Okay, so my next project here is on this Clavinova digital piano. It's model number CLP 122S, and the problem with it is when you turn it on and the volume is, as you can see, all the way up at max, and we get a lot of popping and cracking with the volume selection, plus we don't get any music, maybe just a very faint sound. So it's there, it's like it's not being amplified. So anyway, I'm suspecting something is up with the volume control. So we will get into it, and actually the first step towards disassembly is you have to go down underneath, and there are a couple of screws that are right, it's right up in here, this screw. There's one on each side, and so we'll be taking those out. So that's what the screws look like. Really long, and they actually hold the top part down. And so once you get those screws out, this thing opens up, and you can see what's inside here. So, and you will notice that conveniently located down here is what they call a stay bar or something. So you can simply remove these screws, and then you can use this to secure the top so it doesn't over travel. And so it goes in there just like that to hold the top up. And you'll notice there are 3 screws. One here, one there, and then one over here that need to be removed in order to get to the control panel under this plate, which is where these things are. And so next on the, that's the piece, I just have it flipped up so you can see the controls, sort of. So on the bottom side of that is the circuit board, and there are 6 screws holding that on. So I'm going to take those 6 screws out, and then we'll see if we can see that suspected potentiometer volume control. So taking those screws out reveals this. This is the top side, and that's the potentiometer control there. And there's the other LED lights and push buttons for various selections. And so it looks like there is a part number on this circuit board, so it may be possible just to get a replacement circuit board, or you may have to actually buy the potentiometer separately and then solder it to the board. So we'll see what's available. Okay, and so what I'm doing now is I'm just sliding these things, these connectors, very gently out. They just slide straight out. There's nothing that you have to release.
Just kind of get your fingernails under there and pry them back and forth gently. And these green ones are the same thing. They just pry out in this direction. So that'll allow me to examine the circuit board without having it on the piano. So I also had to take and snip these two wire ties. There's one in that slot and one in this one, in order to be able to remove the circuit board completely.
So I am happy to report that replacing the master volume potentiometer did fix the problem. So I now have full volume, and it doesn't pop and crackle when I move the switch back and forth. So that was that problem.